fixed up from my last version episode of the basics of Photoshop. I'm actually going to do a series, a Photoshop series of a tutorial video of how I make my thumbnails, how I make my cover layouts, and cover layouts for many people out there I have worked with before. This series will follow into that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for this series. We're going to do for today will be 3D text. They have updated in the 2018 version. As you see, this is Adobe Photoshop CC 2018. Here's the essentials. Okay, finally I found the essentials. Okay, 3D, graphic and web, motion painting. We will do motion in this Photoshop series. In my last episode, we did the photography section where we use the histogram and the contrast, the brightness and contrast, and the curves and the levels and stuff like that. So this time we are going to work in the 3D for like text and all kinds of what you can do in the 3D part of Photoshop. You can do a lot in 3D part. You can do 3D proof. You could select any layer of anything on the map of what we're going to do. So we're going to do 3D text. I like the 3D text is because, the reason why I like it, I'm going to change this color because I don't want this color to show. So I'm going to change it to maybe blue because it's snowing outside. So we're going to do a little blue today. I think we have blue already. I think we already have blue. I might change it to, I usually use when I work with clients, and if I need to use a 3D text for my thumbnails, color is the most important factor. Sometimes I usually use this web colors for that, and other times I really don't use that much, so I might do like a grayish color for this part because 3D text is really important. Try using the web colors. The web colors make it more appeal to what you are using in Photoshop. So we're going to go on the text right here. And by the way, if you're going to use the title, make sure you use the Adobe Typo Kit. It's a new feature that Adobe has used, and my computer is very slow lately. I hope this actually records because this did not record the last time, and I had to reshoot. So I hope this records. I also will do a Premiere series as well. What I do in Premiere, show what I can do in Premiere. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the text title from the Leo MN to more as a futuristic type text because that's what we're going to use this Bibis Neos right here. Bebas Nua. It's a type kit from the type kit section of Adobe. So we're going to just type, I don't know what you're going to type. I'm going to just type my name of my brand. So I'm going to type @SunnyIsLive because that's what we are going to do. We're going to do that, and you see how I'm moving around. We can move this thing around like crazy. And then I'm going to go up here and click the 3D. 3D anything in Photoshop. I know a lot in 3D in Photoshop. Photoshop in 3D is very unique. That's how my cover layout is on YouTube. I've used 3D. I might change that to a wiggle font though. I don't know why that is not like that. Come on. It's very slow at rendering. 3D is very slow sometimes. Sometimes it takes a while to render that 3D in text. A lot, if you're going to use objects like animation or anything, you can easily take it into Photoshop and hit it into there. Now, as you see, my layers has changed over here. And this is the scene. The scene is the background type. You know what that is. The scene is background. The environment, what it is. The infinite light is basically this one right here. That's the shadow. We will not be using shadow. I don't use shadows for that. If I could use a spotlight, maybe I could use a spotlight. I could do that. We're just gonna play around here because it's just a, I could shine a spotlight. If you're gonna do a person, you can easily use 3D with a person, I guess. And what I'm doing right now, I'm using a scale uniformity. They have really big words. Scale uniform. And I'm just going to move the axis on here. It's very geometric when you use Photoshop. Photoshop is very unique in Photoshop. This is what Photoshop, and I'm going to move this out of my way. I don't know why this is like big. Swap to main secondary view. I just wanted to move out of my way. Yeah, I want to make it small because I don't like that big thing in my way when I'm doing Photoshop. That's just the good plan of what you are looking at from here to there. I'm sure you guys would probably know that. So I am just gonna extrude stuff. I don't want to extrude stuff on here. No. I'm gonna make it like that, and then I'm gonna add the spotlight. The spotlight makes it better, and then you could shine a light on you. Shine a light on you, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is just have a spotlight on my name. It's basically not that hard, you know. Photoshop is it's a very unique tool to use when you're doing anything, when you want this. It's not that hard to use. Photoshop is a unique tool to use when doing Photoshop. I'm just gonna move this a little bit. I'm just gonna resize this spotlight just a little bit. So can get spotlight. The spotlight can shine onto it, I guess. Probably like right about there. Yeah. You wanted to make it look fun and centered. So yeah. That is what in 3D is all about. If you want to do in like this, if you want extrusion depth, you can. There's more to add to it in 3D. If you want to do mesh, well, you can't really mesh in here because it's text. Unless if you take it into After Effects, and if you want to shadow it, you can take this shadow in this 3D effect, and you can take it into After Effects and shadow it together. It's Photoshop and After Effects is two different softwares combined together. So yeah, that's what I believe in, and that's my opinion within Photoshop and After Effects. So yeah, that is pretty much it that I have shown you today. If you have any questions on Photoshop and 3D text, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave me a comment in the description, and follow me all over of AdSense Live, and I will answer all your questions at what you have in Photoshop. I know a little bit more about Photoshop more than anything else. So make sure you follow me all over of AdSense Live, and Photoshop is the future.